Hey guys, it's good to see you again here on day number 14 of our Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's door number 13. I certainly really enjoyed myself having a little play with that embossing folder and creating that wild card with the heart as well. With a little bit of gilding wax. Looks really, really nice. But we are here, as I said, to have a look at door number 14 of our Advent Calendar. Thank you once again for coming back and watching these ones and leaving your comments, as I've been saying previously as well. I really do appreciate the fact that you leave all the comments, and I do see every single one. Although I don't reply to them because there's that many, I do see every single one and I read every single one, so thank you so much. So I really appreciate it, and I know that those that are watching and leaving comments have probably done so already, but while you're here, if you are new here then on my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel, then please do subscribe. Then it just means that you're never going to miss out on any of the tutorials that I do. And then when it comes to subscribing, if you actually hit that bell, that then means that you'll be notified as soon as I post a tutorial up. Now, of course, for the whole of December, well, up till the 24th, it is all about the Advent Calendar, and then certainly going into the new year and beyond, we'll be going back to what I was doing beforehand, and then that's doing tutorials with new Crafter's Companion products, old Crafter's Companion products, and then of course using them and tying them in together. And I know you love to see that sort of way of using the old and the new together, so that's what we're going to be doing, continue to do within the new year. So really appreciate any of the subscribes that you do subscribe when it comes to the channel. And then of course, if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up as well, because that would be really appreciated. But as we say, it is all about number 14, door number 14. So let's do this. Let's dive in to door number 14. I'm going to go for our overhead just in a second. Actually, let's do it right now, and let's delve into the delights of our Advent Calendar. What's it going to be today? Well, let's have a look. Now, when it comes to the Advent Calendar, let's delve into where number 14 is. Now, I remember seeing it yesterday when I was looking for 13. And I thought, I'll remember where it is, and I forgot. Now, of course, it does make it a lot easier if you take the actual doors off, but you know what I'm like. I like to leave the doors on. There we go. Number 14. So let's grab hold of door number 14. Let's open up. We've got 3 stamps. We've got 2 butterflies, and then we've got best wishes. So we've got these beautiful stamps, butterfly stamps, and the best wishes that you can see here. That is our 3. So we've got our butterfly in flight, and then the best wishes. So question is, what we're going to do with them? Well, we're going to strip it right back for this one. We're going to go very simple with this one, but we are going to bring in 2 previous Crafter's Companion products, and that is we're going to go in with the Elegant Swirls, or Elegant Flourish. That is our swirl die, and I'm going to go in with one of the embossing folders. This one here is from the Stylish Trio. Now, you can use any swirl, any stencil, it's entirely up to yourself, but we're also going to use the Pink Tulip, that one being our water reactive. So that's what we are going to do. Now, what I want to do is I want to do a 4x6 card, but I want it to be a top fold card. I don't want it to be kind of like that traditional left fold opening card. I want it to be top fold. So I've just happened to take a larger card. It's 8x8. You can do what I'm away to do with 7x7, but I'm going to go in. Now my top fold is at the top, so we're going to go up to 5 inches and cut, and then I'm going to turn it around to 7 inches and then cut. And then there is, well, I've done 5x7. I want 4x6, don't I? 4x6. So let's do it. 4 inch by 6. And there is my 4x6 card. But I've got my top fold or 10 fold card. So I'm going to move them ones out the way, those bits, because these are offcuts that I can always use. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to take a piece of white multi-purpose. And this white multi-purpose, I'm going to cut to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So it's going to be just a little bit smaller. I'm just going to make sure that they are all lined up, which they are. So that is my card. Then what we're going to do is we're then going to come along. We're going to come along and take our stencil. So let's bring in our stencil here. There are 3 within the pack, but I'm only going to be using one of them. So let's go in with the diamonds. Yeah, let's go in with the diamonds here. So this is the one that I'm going to be using, the diamond one. And I'm not wanting a full coverage of impression when it comes to the diamonds. And I don't necessarily want it to be straight either. So I'm going to go in at a jaunty angle. I'm going to come along with my ink pads. I'm going to come in with my blending tool. And I'm just going to start to blend a little bit. And I don't want it to be overly neat or anything specific. I just want to get in there and I just want to lay down some of that ink. So maybe towards the centre, I'll go a little bit heavier handed. But then what we'll also do is as we get to the outer edges, we'll get a little bit softer. So let's work that in. I'm just holding down my stencil when it comes to my actual, with my hand. Let's go over the top into here, like so. And then I think that should be, yeah, absolutely happy with that. If you want to add bits to the side, of course, you can do that. I'm not going to. I want to keep it really, really quite simple. What we can then do is bring in our dye. Bringing in the dye. And then let's see if any of these offcuts are going to be big enough. Oh yeah, perfect. That one's going to be big enough. What about one of those? That one, because my card blank is just a little bit thicker. There we go. And let's bring in my scissors here. Let's bring in the scissors. I'm just going to chop that down. And then what we can then do is if we bring in our plates. So I'm going to bring in the plates just here. I'm going to line that one up. I'm going to bring in frosted frosted and then top plate, and I'm just going to feed that through. I've not got quite my camera to the Gemini today because I'm using the stand for an additional light source, but just running it through the Gemini like I have been doing. Let's bring that in, and then that has die cut like a dream without the magnetic shim. So let's take that out. So carefully pop that out because of course it's a little bit delicate in areas. So let's carefully feed that into place. And alternatively, if you lined it up a little bit better as well, you could always overlay over the top and use that as a stencil or a mask. But it's the positive that I want. So that stark white will be able to sit straight over the top. Then let's actually add this onto our card blank. So let's add this on. So I'm not going to do any mats and layers. I'm not going to go round the edges when it comes to things such as the pink tulip. I'm going to keep it as it is. Let's go in with my pokey tool. I'm going to take these ones off here. I'm also, before I attach that to my card blank, let me come along with my bone folder and give the top of my card a good burnish. So I want to give that a burnish. And I'm just going to pop that over the top like so. Then what we can do is let's come along with our tacky glue. So I'm going to come along with my Stix2 tacky glue. And I'm going to sketch over the back. So making sure that we've got our glue over the back. We're going to work that in round, all the way round into all these little bits. Once you've done that, let's sit that. Actually, let's go a little bit of a flourished angle, like so. Budge that in, move that in, and let's press that down. There we go. So if we hold that for that to grab, so we're starting to get that layer up technique. I'm going to take another, let's take a piece of pink card, because what we need to do is we need to do our insert. So therefore I am going to add a matting layer with the insert. I wouldn't put it in without anything, and I don't really want to do an inky edged background for the insert. So for this I'm going to go 3.5 by 5.5. So that's my white multi-purpose. And then when it comes to my actual pink linen, I'm going to go 3.75 by 5.75. It's going to give me, and I'm actually going to make that just a little bit thinner. I don't want it quite as chunky for 1/4 inch. Let's bring back in our tape or your adhesive of choice. Add on, work that all the way around. That can then go onto our linen card. And for this one, I'm not actually going to use both butterfly stamps. I'm only going to use the full butterfly, not the one kind of in flight. I must have like a little black mark or something on my glass mat, because it's getting picked up on every bit of cardstock that I put down. It's not there. So let's take these ones off all the way around. Let's bring back in our card. So there. So that's our insert, also creating that little bit of structure at the top. Then what we're going to do is let's have a look at this sentiment. So the height of that sentiment is pretty much 1 inch. So let's take a strip here. So I'm going to bring in strip. So I'm going to cut it to the full length of 4 inch. And then I'm going to the center. So I'm going to come into just over, let's do it this way, just over 1 inch. 1/4, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch. And then cut. So the reason is the sentiment will just fit and no more when it comes to our actual sentiment, which I want. I'm going to come along, let's bring in my stamping platform. Let's move that out of the way. So let's put our strip down here and then bring in our best wishes. So I'm going to come in just maybe about 3/4 inch from the edge. I'm going to try not get my head in the way, but I'm going to try and line that up that little bit. There we go. I'm going to press that down. I'm going to bring in the waterproof, not because I'm adding any water-based colour or that. It's just I find this Noir Black waterproof is really, really quite sharp in the impression that it gives you. I'm just going to give that. I should have primed my stamp because I've not used it. It's brand new. But hey ho. There we go. We've got best wishes there. And in actual fact, I'm not going to use that because it is just a little bit too dark. So I'm not going to waste that bit of card. Let's just flip it on itself and do it again, but we'll do it in, I think, maybe let's take one of our quick dries. Let's use one of our quick dry greys. Let me line that back up again to a place that I'm happy with. There. Bring that in, stamp, and shall we go Misty Morning? No, Misty Morning. Let's do Misty Morning. Quick dry Misty Morning. Press that in. Yeah, that's better. Again. Perfect, yeah. Happy with that. Happy with that one. So let's take that away. Take that stamp away. And then take our sentiment. Because that will then sit across there. What I also want to do is let's take our butterfly. Now there's no die with these stamps. So you will, if you're wanting to cut, you will need to fussy cut, which I'm going to do here. Stamp that in. This time, because I've remembered, I am going to kind of prime my cardstock. So I'm just, my stamp. You only need to do that once you've used it the first time. It's just a translucent clear watermark ink pad. And then it's just going to stop it from bobbling. Turn it around, press it in. Crisp, clean, first impression, perfect. I'm going to lightly just tap. Give it a light little second impression. Yeah, perfect. Happy with that. So let's take all of that off. And move that out the way, move that out the way, move that out the way. Move that and that. And then I'm going to take my scissors. So let's bring in my little scissors. And I'm just going to roughly cut away all of that excess to make it easier. And then I'm going to leave just a little line on the outside of my butterfly, just a little white line, a little white halo, and I'm going to follow that in. Now I'm going to go round the antennae of the butterfly. So just work our way in. I'll go back and finish that last little bit on the other antennae in a second. Follow, work, bringing that in, up, round, up into place, following around to finish off. I'm going to go back. Just finish in there, neaten any little bits that I think needs neatened. There's that one, neaten into there. Now you might want to chop off the antennae, that's up to yourself. There we go, yep. Happy with that. So that's that butterfly done. So we can come along. Let's bring our sentiment in. And in actual fact, I'm still not happy with that. Still not happy. So let's bring in another bit. I like that butterfly. So let's do the same again. So let's cut to 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut to just over the 1 inch. Let's bring back in my stamping platform. Bring that in, overlay that there, and then that into there. Let's bring our sentiment. Pop that one in and pop it down here. Then, now although I've already used the stamp, I'm still just going to prime it. Going with a misty morning again. Bring that in, settle, press. Yeah, that's better. I like that one this time. Take all that excess off. And then we can assemble our card. So for that strip, I'm going to pop that on foam pads. Let's add foam pads to the back. Bring that in. And then that one, we're going to go across there. We're going to bring in our glue. And I'm going to put a little bit of tacky glue on the body of the butterfly. And that one can sit there. And then to finish off, I'm going to bring in some, but I want clear petals. So let's bring in I know. Bring in clear white ones from the Dreamies. And I'm going to do dot, dot, dot. Bring in my pickup pencil to bring in, I'm just wanting to do 3 small ones. Do dot, dot, and then in our next one, do dot there, and then we're going to do 3 other dots. Do dot, dot, and dot. That one. What we can then do is if we pick them ones up, if we can turn them around, he says a game in itself by turning them around. There's one. One there. One there. And then one more. We can turn that one around. If not, let's just use our fingers. There. And that is all that we are going to do for our 4x6 card. We've got our 4x6 that we can see here. 4x6 in size. I'm also then, if I go that way, you'll see it at that angle there. Let's bring that in. So you've got your 4x6 card, best wishes, with the butterfly. We've just used one of the butterflies, but then what we've done is we've used one of the stencils on the back, and we've done that with one of our trio of stencils. We've used the Flourish, Elegant Flourish die, and then we've just overlaid with the strip, done our best wishes and one of the butterfly stamps from our advent calendar, and finished off with a few of the pearls. And then there we go, bring it up a bit closer for you to see. Bring that in, let's tilt that and aim that in. Let's bring that in there. There we go. That's better. There we are. So subtle but elegant card there. Just building up that laser. Of course, you can use any stencil that you want to. You could use any flourish die that you want to as well. It's entirely up to yourself. But it's a nice little, simple and straightforward, but nice little elegant card for you to make when it comes to that one there. Rightio, that is perfect timing. So I will see you again tomorrow for door number 14 of our advent calendar. So we shall see you then. Bye.